welcome to Boulder County Tonight. My name's Andy Up. I'm the host of the show. Today I'm in this outfit, my infirmed clothing, because I just had my hand surgery, and I'm quite high on pain pills. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting episode. I call this outfit One Ando Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Let's get the show started. How do we start? Of course. It's time to go to bed, Grandma. You still up? Wake up. Wake up, Grandma. I know how it can be all doped up on drugs and shit. Sleep really well. Good. It's time to wake up and go to bed. Wake up and go to bed, Grandma! A little disclaimer, of course, anything that I say or do on this show, or anything my guest might say or do, does not reflect at all upon our noble and worthy advertisers. In this case, it'll be Abbott and Wallace Distilling. Spoilers for later in the episode. Maybe I shouldn't have spoiled it, but yeah, it's the same ones as last time. So we release that wonderful, noble company from any, association with anything that I might say in life. So yeah, I just had surgery the other day on Tuesday, and we're shooting this on Thursday. They told me today would be the worst day for my pain, and it's been a painful day, but also I've just been so doped up all day that I think I feel bad, but I also just mostly feel confused. I think me on this drug is probably as close as we'll ever actually get to me doing a Joe Biden impression. Have you ever noticed that old Uncle Joe will be like, he'll talk to the camera, but he always looks like he's reading at some distance, He's never just walking around being like, hey, it's me, the president. He's like, hey, it's me, the president. You ever notice that? I don't know why. I was trying to put together a Joe Biden impression for you because I thought, of course, we have to make fun of the president. This is when we speak to power and all this shit. But he's just got such a bland, normal white guy voice that I can't achieve it because I'm already that. And it's a little frustrating. And I make fun of the president, of course. It's one of our jobs in the arts. I like him better than our last president, but I feel like the establishment Democrats got Joe Biden involved because they were like, oh fuck, we've run out of Clintons. What are we gonna do? Where are we gonna? And then somebody at the back was like, let's try the Air Bud strategy. What's that? Well, we got kind of this aging Labrador back here. Is there technically a rule that says we can't run him for president? And they're like, I don't know. Can he wear a suit? He can wear a suit. Oh my God. That turns out to be one of the things. Now he can be president, the Air Bud president. But I think it's probably better to have an Air Bud style. Do you remember who Air Bud was? He was a magical dog that could play a lot of sports because of the paperwork technicalities. So he can shoot a three-pointer, but it's not illegal to have him on the Dallas Mavericks or what the fuck ever. That was kind of the idea of the franchise. That's what I'm trying to point at in this particular monologue. I think even though we do sort of have an Air Bud Labrador type president, Labradors can be trained to not hump everyone, And that's something we couldn't train our last president to do, to stop humping everyone. Anyway, some local news, maybe, I saw a newspaper article in the Times called, we saw it all together last week. It was the one right above my article. That was the Healthy Drink Initiative. They're trying to make it to where children's dinner items or whatever in town come with a water or a milk instead of cyanide or whatever the fuck you parents are feeding your fucking children. And it turns out 58% of Longmont is against it. 58% of Longmont is like, don't fucking tell me that I can't poison my children if I want to. I want to drink a pint glass of like hard sugar beverage. And that's what I want my kid raised on and shit. Don't tell me my fucking kid has to drink what? And it's a real thing that's happening in our community. I thought 58% people being against it was sort of interesting. More national news. Boy, this is sort of a weird story. OnlyFans, famous website, of course, they pulled what is now, I think, pretty obviously a marketing move when they threatened to ban all sexual content from their site. Their site that was, by the way, built on the backs of sex workers and models who make their own content and take care of themselves on there. They run their own businesses on that site. And the site, of course, treats them like shit. They threatened to ban them, of course, from the site for whatever reason that they had made up for the week. But really, they just, I think, wanted to be in the fucking news. The darkness. The darkness. During this, they I know that this isn't really a joke, but fuck them. This is what happened. They managed to take their whole creator base and shame them, gaslight them, financially threaten them, and abandon them. These are the people they've built like $1 billion industry on the back of, and then they're gonna just tell them to fucking hit the road or whatever. That's what happened over the past few weeks with OnlyFans. And I know a lot of people are making the fucking, lighter jokes about it. And it is, it's a strange topic, but god damn it, this is really a story about workers in America getting fucked over. Yeah, they fucked over their entire base of creators. We hate that when that happens. But I'll tell you something. The story's not over. The fucking story's not over. Because, you should just keep watching over the next, who knows, over the next month or so. This story's not over, and here's how we know. Because, have you ever pissed off a stripper? These people just pissed off all the strippers. Very powerful people. You don't want to piss off a stripper. That's what these people did. They're about to be in such fucking trouble. OnlyFans is going to go out of business anyway now. And so, we'll laugh kind of our dark laughter at that company because they, fuckers, evil capitalists, not helping us. I was so crushed when I fucking heard that they might ban sexual content from OnlyFans, because to me it was like, god damn it, during hard times, do we need to see the death of the last good thing? You know what I mean? I have an OnlyFans budget myself, okay? I have a lot of friends who are sex workers and models, and I subscribe to my friends, because I'm a great friend, and I love nudity, and I love freedom. And that site was the perfect place where it was blending, right? But fuck them. Fuck that OnlyFans bullshit. We're not really supporting them. Not a sponsor. We wouldn't accept them as a sponsor. However, if you do have an account for an erotic company and you would like to sponsor the show, we'll accept you as a sponsor, of course, because we believe in your honest, noble work. Here's how you know it's fucking hard work to be a model or a sex worker on OnlyFans. Because you at home, you have trouble looking good in a fucking selfie. Do you know how hard this other fucking job is? It's hard. You can't figure out the angle on your face. What's the good angle of your fucking face? You know what these people are trying to get angles of? It's actually a much more difficult job than I think you might be giving it credit for. Just some thoughts there. This episode is brought to you so happily by our good friends over at Abbott and Wallace Distilling. The place that I have to sort of keep away from for the next few days while I'm on these hardcore drugs, because if I were to visit them and have a drink, I would, as my doctor tells me, I would surely die. But we can still talk about them because you would not die if you went there. Abbott and Wallace Distilling, they're at 350 Terry Street here in Longmont. Their phone number, 720-545-2017. That's in case you want to call them up and be friends. But you should definitely show up there. They've got cocktails and mocktails and things to eat. I don't really good at numbering things, I guess, this week. They've got live music and comedy and tastings. They're a whiskey and rum distillery. This is their product here. See this? Look how beautiful. This is my favorite drink they make. That's their Amaro Spritz. And there's their Caribbean Queen. And there's the Gin and Tonic. All wonderful products that you would definitely appreciate, unless you're a fucking asshole. So do go visit our friends at Abbott and Wallace Distilling. They're great community supporters. They do lots of great events outside their place. So don't miss out. Do check on that. Now, this episode, we had a last-minute cancellation with our guest. And so I had an old friend of mine who is going to stop in and be our guest for this episode. We're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to be in the workforce nowadays. Remember that story we were talking about just a few minutes ago with the OnlyFans people? That's not actually a very unique story in America right now, and we're going to talk about why that is. So in just a second, we're going to have my friend on. Ready? Here it is right now! Jack, thank you very much for coming on the show. Yeah, well, you're welcome. Thank you very much. And the reason I wanted to have you on the show is because, well, we've been friends since I was a little kid, of course. God damn that! How long has that been, Jack? Yeah, like 30 years. We've been friends for 30 years. It's amazing. Wow, I know, it's really incredible. Now, over the time that I've known you to have a lot of different kinds of jobs. And of course, famously, you worked in several circuses. And what did you do when you worked at the circus? Is that like an everyday kind of thing, or was that more like sometimes you would be cleaning up and whatnot, or was that really your whole job? Let me ask you this, because famously, well, and I don't want to talk badly about circus companies that I don't know or whatever, but historically lots of circus companies have mistreated their animals. Did you ever see anything like that? Yeah. Really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jack. Really? Could you elaborate on that at all? Really? Jesus. Like that? Jesus. I wish we were talking about the OnlyFans thing. You were here for the monologue. That OnlyFans story is so much a story about a company having an abusive relationship with its workers. Don't you agree? Another company that is famously mistreating of its workers, of course, is Amazon. Yeah, and I know that you would never work for Amazon, but they famously mistreat their people. And as an example, when you worked at the circus, which was mistreating you and abusing you, you were saying that you did still get bathroom breaks, isn't that right? Did you know that Amazon employees often their day is so structured and under such time constraints that they're having to piss in bottles and shit in bags? I know, yes. It's incredibly off-putting but also yes, exactly. It is like a dark mark on the reputation of America. I agree. What do you mean? Yes. Yes, it is. It's like a trickle up system. And it's you wonder how these one percenters have accrued all of this wealth or whatever, and it's from just strangling the average worker. I don't mean to bother you that much. Yeah, thank you for being so open with us today. Yeah. Is there, as someone who has dealt with that kind of treatment from a boss, how would you feel if you knew that your asshole boss, the ringleader, let's say, at the circus that was mistreating you, how would you feel if they were one of the richest motherfuckers in the world and spent that money instead of, like, you know, fixing homelessness or even just affordable housing for the world? How would you feel if they instead spent all that money on like a 15-minute ride in outer space? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, because like, it's incredible how even in TV, somebody like Jeff Bezos is still treated like some kind of an American hero when really they're more like a fucking economic pirate. Yeah. Yes, I completely agree, and I wish I would have said it that way. Well, what do you see from where you are? Because you're like an old friend of mine. You're a very intelligent monkey. Is there an answer for us looking forward? Is there a way to get out from under this kind of weird capitalist oppression? Yeah, I agree. It's a problem because workers are used and discarded. I agree with you. And I agree with when you say that workers feel trapped in a system that is built to abuse them. I had another friend who worked at a circus, and I remember him talking about like how they would sometimes hurt the animals. These other people would hurt the animals. But I wish that it sounded like more of a. I wish it didn't seem so much like these other jobs where humans, of course, are being treated much the same way. No, I agree, actually. Jack, that's actually a great quote, and I want to like maybe try and write that down. But like, workers are in America in an abusive relationship with capitalism. No, I agree with you completely, actually. Yeah. No, and I feel like trapped by it, of course, because like I'm in the same position that a lot of these OnlyFans people are in, where like I found the way that I can make money and the way that I can kind of like subvert the system, right? And still pay my rent, even though everything seems built against me to be able to do that, especially in the arts. Being in the arts is not that much different than being a model or a sex worker, of course. It's you're selling some level of your vulnerability, of course. And I feel like, especially, of course, we've been friends a long time. You've heard me bitch about the music business for years, an intangible product, of course, music. So, exactly, that's exactly right. I feel a kinship with people in that position, but at the same time, I'm not really sure what kind of advice to give my friends who are being taken advantage of by this bigger company, except to try and start their business by themselves or have a paywall on their own website or something. But frankly, it seems like such a, how do you drive traffic that way? How can people feel safe putting their credit card in everybody else's website or whatever? Do you have any thoughts on that? No, I agree, because Americans shouldn't be treated like animals at an abusive circus. I completely agree. And I guess that's sort of the message for this episode, huh? Yeah. No, I really appreciate your input, Jack. And man, thanks for coming on our show. I really appreciate you, man. Thanks, dude. Oh, I know, right? Was it? I didn't notice. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'll I'll wear different pants next time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. No, thank you very much. Jack, you're such a pleasure to have on. Thank you for your great insight on this topic, man, because I feel like a lot of Americans out there are feeling trapped and feeling treated like less than human. And even our friend Jack here, of course, deserves to be respected and listened to. I mean, like, you can't take a kitten out in the street and strangle it, you know what I mean? That's because even animals have fucking rights, you know? But a lot of these workers are being treated some other way. I know. Yeah, in I think the first episode of this show, I made the joke that American billionaires are going off into outer space because it's one of the few places that a guillotine is ineffective. It's because of shit like this. I'm not saying we should guillotine all the rich people. Yeah, but I know you're a little bit more radical than I am about it. I mean, a taser is not the same as a guillotine, is it? You know what I think? That's a good point, Jack. What do you think would be an appropriate punishment? Because we don't want to, like, really be violent for these people. We definitely want to, like, fix the economic problem that they've started. But what would maybe be something else we could do? I hadn't thought of that. Because tarring and feathering is actually not violent, really. And it's not like a permanent thing. But it would be effective for people like Jeff Bezos or maybe like Elon Musk or somebody like that. People who are like perhaps bad guys, possible villains. Jesus, did you hear about Elon Musk and his like robot army he's building? That's bothersome, isn't it? I know, I don't mean to get us off topic. You're right. Thank you very much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you, and we'll hang out soon, all right? Thank you very much for coming on. All right. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and other folks out there. I really appreciate you. I hope that if you have friends that are working these jobs that seem like they're being taken advantage of and whatnot, I hope that you can really be there for them, because I'm not sure that the system is going to help us fix that problem anytime soon. But I hope you have a great night. Have yourself a drink on my behalf, because I can't, or I will surely die, you know? Have you heard about this? I'm on all the drugs. Yeah. Well, we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching Boulder County Tonight. Good episode. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Jack, you're the best, man.
Yeah, Jack, you're the man. Great show. Powerful voice, dude. Yeah, thanks a lot, Jack.
Thank you,
See
Jack.
ya.
Jackie boy. Just checking in on you. How you doing? Yeah? Hey, sure, because, I know we've been friends a long time, and I know I came home all depressed and eating like shit and not taking care of myself, feeling down. Yeah, I wondered. Yeah, well, that's what friends are for, right? Well, listen, I know that it's painful to talk about your trauma, and talking about ways that we're all being abused by this broken system. I want you to know that I really appreciate your willingness to talk about that stuff, and I really appreciate that you're willing to use your trauma to try and help heal the world. I just think, I really respect the work you've done about it and how much you care about other people. Thank you for being willing to be vulnerable with me on my show. I just love you. I really appreciate you. You know, the people around you that know you, love you and value you. And these fucking billionaire boss assholes, they don't value you because they don't know you. And they're so disconnected from humanity. Fuck, they probably don't have any real friends in the world. I just want you to know I love you and I'm here for you, you know? And I really appreciate you being on the show. Hey, you want to get some lunch tomorrow? Yeah? Yeah, we can go there. We can get some pizza. Let's not say the name of the place because, they haven't paid to be an advertiser or anything like that. So, we don't want to ruin our scam. Yeah, well, I'll come pick you up tomorrow, man. That's right. Well, I love you, Jack. Thank you so much for being on my show. And I just want you to, relax tonight. And, I don't know, just for tonight, maybe sort of let the worries of the world that we talked about today sort of melt off your shoulders and get some sleep, okay, buddy? I love you. I'll talk to you again soon. I'll see you tomorrow around noon. All right, bye-bye, buddy. I'll see you soon.